All right, hit me, John Anthony. 3 questions, my man.
How about this one? What if the Royals were waiting to sign Bobby Witt Jr. to his $300 million extension before announcing those stadium plans?
Well, then that would be the smartest marketing decision they've made since this whole process started, going back to remember the listening tour from a year and what are you laughing at, Mark? What's so funny?
Yeah, they really wanted to hear people out.
Everyone knew the listening tour was nothing more than a telling tour where we pretend like we listen and we really tell you what's going on here. But nothing was really told outside of, let's say the word transparency as much as we can while not being transparent. This is brilliant. I will give them that. This is absolutely brilliant if this was part of the plan to get Bobby Witt Jr. to sign his $300 million extension. They can put their money where their mouth is. They can say, we're going to invest in this team, and now you keep investing in us, Jackson County, and give us that 3/8 cent sales tax extension. That is a very savvy political move. Now, I don't think it's necessarily necessary because, the Chiefs are going to carry this thing across the finish line in April. You're telling me the Chiefs, all these Super Bowls in a row, you're not going to extend a sales tax, and yes, half will go to the Royals for whatever they want to do and whatever ballpark they want to build downtown. But the Royals certainly helped themselves in a very big way by signing Bobby Witt. They put the naysayers who say they never spent some money on the damn team first before you ask us for more. They put that notion to bed very quickly. They have been pretty aggressive this offseason overall. So you got to give them that much. And just maybe we're sitting here Memorial Day, and we've got some exciting baseball to watch, John.
Mark and I were talking about this the other day off mic, and I thought, wonder if this is what happened in September. And sure enough, Bobby Witt Jr. mentioned, conversation started in September. Back to the stadium announcement, remember?
Oh, did he? I didn't realize he said that. September.
Yeah, that was in one of the headlines that I saw, I think, on KNBC. I thought, now I don't know if they sync up exactly, but I thought maybe that's what happened to the September announcement.
Oh.
Potentially. Because, as you say, it's a great move.
Yeah.
This eliminates one of the biggest criticisms people will throw at saying not wanting to approve that tax.
Exactly. Good deal. All right, what's next on What If Wednesday?
How about what if Trump has outside motivation for his Bud Light support?
Well, I would admittedly lose respect. And recent reports suggest here from Politico that Donald Trump, who put up a Truth Social post yesterday saying that Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch, not a woke company, he said it's a great American brand that perhaps deserves a second chance. He says instead we should be going after companies that are looking to destroy America. Well, it turns out that Trump's message on Truth Social comes as a top Republican lobbyist. How about this? For Anheuser-Busch is set to host a fundraiser for the former president next month with tickets going as high as $10,000 each. The guy's name is Jeff Miller. He's a close confidant of former Speaker Kevin McCarthy. He built his Washington lobbyist business during the Donald Trump years, and he announced on X on yesterday, that he's hosting this big fundraiser for Trump for $10,000 a head. And the event's going to feature dozens of members of Congress and the Republican leadership, as well as Donald Trump Jr. And then magically on that same day, Trump announces, hey, Anheuser-Busch, not so shabby now, all-American company. Well, technically they're not. They're Belgian now. They were once a great all-American company. And, they sank their Bud Light brand by 25% last year with the dopey Dylan Mulvaney ad. That was completely unnecessary and completely out of touch with what its audience actually wants. And they paid the price since. And I don't know about you, but, listen, I was never a Bud Light guy. I'd rather drink urine. That being said, if I was, am I going to be like, you know what, fine. Trump told me to drink Bud Light. I'm going to drink Bud Light. The same people that will refer to folks as sheeple are now going to jump back into the arms of Bud Light because one guy told them to, which, by the way, there's a potential monetary and political motivation behind that. Please. That is not what I signed up for. And that's pretty darn disappointing, John.
Right. What if the border bill is a win-win for the Democrats?
Well, then Joe's going to have himself a little bit of a lift here this year. No other way to spin that. I mean, think about this, right? If the border bill were to pass, I believe that bill that was put together in the Senate with Chuck Schumer and James Langford out of Oklahoma was much more beneficial to the Democrats than it was to the Republicans, based on what each side wants. It got a $120 billion package. $60 billion, half of it was for Ukraine, and $20 billion of that was for the border. I mean, that's insane. Triple the money for Ukraine, who, yes, I'm fine, helping them out, making sure Putin's not invading them anymore. Like, I think that's okay. I'm willing to give them some money. We do need, of course, some kind of an off-ramp here. We do need to know what exactly this money is being used for, and we need a little more transparency on it, but I'm okay helping them. But not to the tune of 3 times what we spend on our own border when 8.5 million people have come across it the last 3 years. That's nuts. So the bill, if it had passed, would have been more of a win for the Dems than the Republicans, because also it would have made the Republican Party look like they were responsible for some of the awful border policies of the last 3 years. And the short answer is they're not. It's one guy and one guy alone who opened up the border. And now that it doesn't pass, they also can try to spin it as a win, just as Joe did yesterday in his press conference.
Trump and the MAGA Republicans said no because they're afraid of Donald Trump. Afraid of Donald Trump. Every day between now and November, the American people are going to know that the only reason the border is not secure is Donald Trump and his MAGA Republican friends.
Don't fall asleep there, Pops. But anyway, that's the approach he's going to take. Now, is it going to work? I don't know. If you're paying attention, it really shouldn't, but it might work. With the low information voter, it's not impossible. So there's What If Wednesday.